What's up guys, welcome back to Digital Feeds, and in today's video I'm gonna share my thoughts on Samsung's Galaxy Buds Plus and Galaxy Buds Pro true wireless earphones. The Buds Pro are Samsung's new premium earphones that it launched alongside the Galaxy S21 smartphone, while the Buds Plus were released about a year ago and still rock quite a punch when it comes to audio performance. Nonetheless, I'm gonna do a full side-by-side comparison of these for you guys so you can make a profound decision. I recently reviewed the Buds Pro and found them quite impressive. I mean, these are absolutely awesome, one of the best wireless headphones I tested that tick almost every checkmark on the list. But I also wanted to compare these with the Buds Plus, which are honestly one of my favorite wireless earphones right now, and I love using them as my daily driver. Both pairs are pretty phenomenal and sound really good in your ears. This video is not really about picking a winner, as both these earphones have some aspects better than the other, but I'm gonna give you a full rundown of their features, sound quality, battery performance, noise cancellation, and so on, and I will let you guys decide the one going to be your next earphone purchase. And I hope this video will help you pick the one that sounds really a better deal. I'm gonna break down this comparison into 6 categories. Number 1 is design, number 2 earfit, then noise cancellation and ambient sound, battery life, connectivity and app support, and finally audio and mic performance. And hey, while you're watching this, why not hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates on this channel. Now without further ado, let's jump straight into it. The Galaxy Buds Pro and the Buds Plus are both in-ear wireless headphones, and I think these look fairly identical in many ways. The most noticeable difference is in the design of their charging cases. The Pro model has a squarish charging case that seems to have the same dimensions as the one that came with Galaxy Buds Live, which I reviewed a while back. I will leave a link in the description if you wanna check that out. The Plus version, on the other hand, has a rectangular looking case with rounded ends and a glossy piano finish. Both cases are quite compact and light, so you can throw them in your backpack and you would barely notice their presence. But overall, I found the Buds Plus case fits better in the pocket thanks to its smaller footprint compared to the Buds Pro. But of course, the Galaxy Buds Pro has its own merits. And what I really liked about the case is this matte finish, which is definitely an improvement over Samsung's previous headphones, as the matte design really helps prevent smudges and fingerprints. And I think it's more practical to have a plastic shell that's more resistant to scratches and less smudgy. Both cases feature built-in magnets so the earbuds don't fall off, and the magnet also keeps the lid tightly closed. The small hinge that attaches the lid to the case feels sturdy on both models, but I think it's a bit more durable on the Buds Plus case compared to the Pro model, which does feel somewhat flimsy, as you can see here. Another common feature is these two LED lights, one on the inside and another on the outside. And basically these LEDs tell you about the charging status of the earbuds and the case. Both cases features the USB-C port on the backside for connecting the charging cable. Speaking of charging, both models offer Qi wireless charging with support for most charging pads available in the market, and you can also charge them off your smartphone in case your phone has reverse wireless charging. When it comes to color, the Buds Pro come in a trio of choices which include Phantom Black, Phantom Silver and Phantom Violet. And while the available options may seem limited, all these colors look absolutely fabulous, especially this black one I have. The Buds Plus do have more color options that include cloud blue, white and black variants. And Samsung offers some additional colors in different markets across the globe, such as aqua blue or red that you can find online or at some retail stores. Now coming to the design of the actual earbuds, both models have fairly sturdy earbuds without any mic stems hanging out like the AirPods, and the earbuds feel fairly light when worn and offer a comfortable fit. The mirror finish on the outside does look good, and both models feature touch controls for navigation, so you don't have to take out your device every time you want to switch a track or answer phone calls. Technically, the touch controls comprise single or multiple taps to perform various functions. For instance, answering your calls or resuming playback, as well as tap and hold to wake Bixby on Samsung devices. As I mentioned earlier, the earphones have this fancy looking glossy plastic on the outside, especially on the Buds Pro, and I would have personally liked a matte finish, which I feel would have given them a more elegant look. But that's just me, and some of you may prefer this mirror finish. In terms of water resistance, the Buds Pro are definitely better thanks to their IPX7 rating as opposed to IPX2 on the Buds Plus. Well, to make it simpler, the IPX7 essentially makes the earbuds more durable in resisting water splashes or ear sweat. It also allows them to be completely submerged in water for up to 30 minutes without any water damage, something that the Buds Plus simply lack. The IPX2 rating is not entirely bad per se, but it's surely not on par with the IPX7, which is simply a higher standard when it comes to waterproofing. Now let's talk about our second category, which is earfit. Both these models sit pretty nicely in the ears and can be worn for extended periods without any ear rack. But I'm more impressed with these comfy wingtips on the Galaxy Buds Plus that, in my opinion, not only do a better job at keeping them intact, not easily fall off from ears, but also allow them to be worn for longer without any discomfort. And I wish Samsung had incorporated these rubber fins on the Buds Pro as well, as these give some extra cushioning between your ears and the plastic shell. Pretty awesome stuff there. Thankfully, both models come with additional pairs of ear tips, so you can use the one that fits your ears. The major difference though is in their actual design, as you can see. The ones featured on the Buds Pro are more oval-shaped, perhaps to mimic the actual ear canals, while the Buds Plus ear tips are circular in design. I tested the both earbuds for a whole day each at work, during my long commutes and my morning runs, and I didn't face any major issues. But in terms of which one got a better fit, I simply feel that the Buds Plus sit a little more deeply in the ears and give a better overall seal and noise isolation compared to the Buds Pro. But that could just be me, and you may find the Buds Pro equally as good for your ears. So as long as you use the proper silicone ear tip size, you shouldn't have any issues wearing either of these. Noise cancellation is perhaps the most significant difference among these two pairs. Since the Buds Plus only feature passive noise cancellation, the sound isolation is not as impressive as the active noise cancellation on the Buds Pro. And even though I mentioned in my Buds Pro review that the ANC on these is not quite the best in class, considering these are premium earphones from Samsung, it still gives them an upper hand over passive noise on Plus model. There are two user-selectable noise cancellation levels that you can toggle between from the Galaxy wearable app, and they are simply named as high and low. Both settings work quite well considering these are true wireless earbuds. Now, speaking of whether the high level actually makes any difference, well, yeah, it does, especially in more crowded or noisy places. But I still think that Samsung hasn't perfected the ANC or their earphones yet. The Buds Live, for instance, which have an odd bean-shaped design, do feature active noise cancellation, but their open ear fit makes them a terrible choice for good ANC-enabled headphones. And it seems Samsung quickly learned from their mistake, went back to the drawing board and came up with the Buds Pro with an improved design. Nonetheless, the active noise cancellation on the Buds Pro does give them an extra point over here. The second major feature these two earbuds have is the ambient sound, which basically amplifies any surrounding noise and pumps it directly into your ears via the built-in earbuds mic. This comes in handy when you want to quickly get into a conversation with someone without removing the earbuds, or let's say you simply want to remain aware of your surroundings in more crowded areas. Both the Buds Plus and Pro models have ambient sound built into them, but it feels a bit more refined on the Buds Pro, and they offer more adjustment settings compared to the Buds Plus. Additionally, the Buds Pro also support a new voice detect feature which automatically switches on ambient sound whenever someone starts interacting with you, and then disables it after about 10 seconds when the conversation stops. This is quite handy if you want to keep ANC enabled, but also simultaneously use ambient noise as well. Even though wireless earphones are increasingly becoming a common way of listening to music, they continue to have one critical flaw, which is battery life. But thanks to the new advancements in R&D, the battery life has also improved over the years. And the same holds true for Samsung's earbuds line, because both these pairs offer impressive battery performance and can easily last several hours in between charges. On paper, the Galaxy Buds Plus are the obvious winner here with their 11 hours of continuous use on a single charge. I mean, this will easily last you a full day, no matter how avid a music listener you might be. And combine that with the case, you get a total of 22 hours of playback without needing a charger. The case has a 270 mAh battery inside, and each bud carries its own 85 mAh battery as well. The Galaxy Buds Pro also offer an excellent battery life, although not as impressive as the Plus model. Samsung claims that these can easily last anywhere from 5 to 6 hours on a single charge, and while it may seem a downgrade over the Buds Plus, it's worth noting that this calculation is based on having the ANC enabled, and also the fact that the battery inside the earbuds is actually smaller than the Buds Plus and rated at 61 mAh. Interestingly, you can turn off the ANC to squeeze some extra juice out of them. The total battery life on these with the case is around 18 hours with ANC and up to 28 hours when you turn it off. In other words, the Galaxy Buds Pro do offer better battery life with the charging case, but a single charge doesn't last as long as that on the Buds Plus. When it comes to connectivity, both models use Bluetooth 5 and support 3 Bluetooth codecs, which are SBS, Scalable and SSC, but no aptX support. Multi-device pairing is also another thing I like about these pairs, as I was fairly impressed for not having to constantly reconnect them when switching between my devices. For my range test, I tested the Buds Plus and the Buds Pro from several feet away from the case when wearing them, or otherwise when having my phone in a different room in my 1000 square feet apartment without any major loss in quality, and the connection remained solid on both these with my Android phone. Speaking of Android, both models support Android and iOS devices, although the Buds Pro don't yet have app support for the iPhone and can only connect via Bluetooth. This means that any software-based customization will be unavailable for you if you are on Apple's OS. On the other hand, the Buds Plus have support for both mobile operating systems. Samsung has its own Galaxy wearable app that lets you connect their smart devices to the phones, including earbuds, and offers a heap of customization settings including different equalizer presets and controls for ANC and ambient sound. Some additional settings may vary from earphones to earphones. For instance, if you connect the Buds Pro with the app, you get the option to turn on the voice detect feature that I mentioned earlier. While traditional over-the-ear headphones still provide the best audio experience, I think that in-ear headphones have also improved a lot over the years in terms of sound quality and mic performance. I also prefer in-ear headphones because they are simply more compact. But this begs the question, which one of these offer a better overall audio experience? Well, let's take a look at the spec sheet. The Buds Plus come with dual AKG tuned speakers having a separate woofer and a tweeter on each bud. The dual driver setup makes them produce balanced, crisp sound without any distortion. And the bass fee is quite adequate for a pair this size, but not at the same level as premium earphones, especially those from Sony or Sennheiser, or even Samsung's own new Buds Pro. Now speaking of the Buds Pro, they definitely have a better sound quality overall in most types of music. The bass feels pretty amazing on them without any sort of distortion, and the audio remains crisp even at high volume levels. Samsung has been making wireless earphones for quite long now, and these probably are their best foray into premium headphones experience, and these are quite pleasant to listen. The Buds Pro also has one additional audio feature called 360 audio, which basically makes the sound more immersive by creating a virtual surround sound environment with head cracking similar to AirPods Pro. This feature works with most streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Apple TV Plus, and requires a Galaxy phone or tablet with One UI 3.1. You can also use Samsung's Galaxy wearable app to quickly set a few different equalizer presets for a customized sound experience. And thankfully, the EQ option is supported in both the Buds Plus and the Buds Pro. Now, the second most important thing about any earphone is the mic performance. The Buds Pro feature 3 microphones and a windshield to block any wind noise. The mic is fairly accurate and does a decent job cutting any background noise for a crisp and clear audio when answering calls. The Buds Plus also have 3 microphones which work quite well, offering clear voice, and most of my folks I spoke to on the phone didn't have any major issue hearing my voice. Here's a quick demo of both so you can listen yourself. So my voice is now coming from the Galaxy Buds Plus microphone. Please share your thoughts in the comments about how do these sound. And now let's switch to the Galaxy Buds Pro mic and see whether it offers a better quality. Now I've switched to the Galaxy Buds Pro mic. I'm right now in a fairly silent room and there's not much background noise. And do let me know which one you think offers better overall voice quality. And this concludes my side-by-side comparison of Galaxy Buds Plus and Galaxy Buds Pro, but before that there's one more thing worth mentioning, and that is price. The Galaxy Buds Pro, being a newer model, are currently available at a higher price tag than the Buds Plus with an MSRP of $199, but you may find them cheaper with some discount coupons. Samsung is also offering them free with the purchase of their Galaxy S21 Ultra smartphone in some markets. The Buds Plus can be had for about $110 at Amazon right now, and I recommend checking out the links in the description below for any updated price. And that's pretty much it. Both sets of earbuds have their strengths and weaknesses, but overall the Galaxy Buds Pro are definitely more feature packed compared to the Buds Plus, and I think the price will be another major factor in your purchase. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.